This is the future.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another Warframe video. So just want to give a quick heads up on new important additions in Warframe coming very soon in the game. If you have tuned in during DevStream 176, then you know that we will be getting a new system wherein we can finally fuse those normal Archon shards into Talforge version. I don't know if you have watched my previous videos about this, but I'm one of those players who thinks that it would be better if we can fuse those Archon shards into Talforge versions. I'm really happy that Digital Extremes will soon add this feature wherein we are allowed to fuse 4 Archon shards and turned it to one new Talforge version. I don't know if I heard it right, but I think Digital Extremes mentioned also that we can fuse different Archon shards to get the Talforge version of the mixed shards that were added during the Whispers in the Walls update. This is an insane feature, and if this happens, then Warframes like Clearvo will be super busted, as you can min-max his build with the Violet Archon shard's critical damage bonus. This can also be said for Warframes such as Velka built for Hysteria and her claws, or even other melee-focused Warframes such as Baruch. There are also builds which we can make good use of the Violet Archon shard having the equilibrium effect without equipping the mod in our Warframe. This will be super handy in maintaining your energy through health orbs, and we can abuse this by either using the Sentinel with the Synth Deconstruct so that enemies killed will somehow drop some health orbs, or we can use the Helmet system with Varuna's Lycav's Hunt as a subsume ability to abuse this feature. This also means that we can abuse the health conversion mod if this happens, giving us 1350 armor that converts to 81% damage reduction on health already. With 4 tall forged version of the Violet Archon shard, we can have the 120% equilibrium effect in our Warframe, and I can't wait to finally min-max some of my builds with this. In addition, Talforge version of the Topaz Archon shard will be super busted, as you will not wait for years just to get all 5 Talforge version of the Topaz Archon shard to min-max your builds for critical chance or more survivability through the shield regeneration bonus of the shard. By the way, I am not saying here that the new system will give you the Talforge version that you need in just a couple of days or weeks, but this is probably better as we can farm shards to create Talforge version and not just rely on the messed up RNG of Warframe. Also, the new Archon shards will not only be the ones who will get spotlight after the new fusion mechanic, as there are other fun builds that I'm really looking forward with the red and yellow Talforged Archon shard. There are lots of possibilities to min-max your builds with the red Talforged Archon shard, as you can pick between duration, secondary critical chance, primary status chance, or ability duration, while the yellow Talforged Archon shard will be great for the casting speed bonus. It would be madness to see some of the frames with 187 50% casting bonus from 5 Talforged versions of yellow Archon shards. The best part is you can ramp it up with other casting speed mod bonuses, which will be insane. There are also possibilities that players will be fusing their blue Archon shards, as sometimes they prefer using the Archon shard for energy so they can min-max the build of their Warframes by removing primed flow in their builds. Honestly, the new Archon shard fusion will be insane and huge quality of life improvement for the system, but like I have said, this doesn't mean that you will get all Talforge version for all your favorite Warframes in the first day. One main reason why I say this is because for those players who already have infused normal Archon shards in their Warframes and want to remove it after the said feature will be added in the game, then you might want to hold your horses, as you will be spending a lot of bile resources. This means you will be farming resources such as thermal sludge, cryotics, or even argon crystals just to remove those Archon shards in your Warframes. Also, fusing Archon shards into the Talforged version will cost new Whispers in the Walls resources. While it's a huge improvement, but I would like you to lower your hype first, as we will burn a lot of resources or do Archon shard missions in the game just to get the shards that we wanted. And by the way, it's not always guaranteed that we will get the shards that we want. Right now we have the Archon hunts, the Netracell, and the Khal Garrison mission, which holds these Archon shards. Archon hunts and Khal Garrison are weekly missions, and they only offer red, yellow, and blue Archon shard on a weekly rotational basis. While the new Netracell mission has a fuck-up drop rate, as aside from Archon shards, you can get normal melee, arcanes, or rare arcanes at the end of each Netracell mission. Also, expect that you will be forced to do the Khal Garrison mission if you wanted to earn Archon shards every week to min-max your Warframe builds. This means that you will spend time solo controlling a grinder just to get resources to buy Archon shards from the Garrison vendor. Some players suggest that it would be good if somehow the Khal Garrison missions can be done with a team. There are instances wherein you would stay for a while to collect stuff, and there are objectives that requires you to end the mission at a specific time limit. In normal circumstances, it would take 2 runs to complete the whole side objectives plus locate all the stocks available in the mission to maximize your game per week. Players are suggesting that Digital Extremes should let us play with other players so we can hasten the process of farming stocks, but I doubt that Digital Extremes will do this since they already has given us the Archon Fusion system, which is a huge improvement. I think it's asking too much to further lessen the grind, and you all know Digital Extremes would like us to play their game for long periods. This is one of the best features coming really soon in Warframe, and I can't wait to finally min-max all my Warframe builds and upgrade them to what I'll be calling as best Archon Warframe builds. Aside from the Archon Fusion, Inaros will also be getting a rework, and a new Warframe named Dante will be available in the March update. The only thing that wasn't mentioned during the dev stream was all about the second part of the pet rework, and I hope we get it this February after the Star Days event. Now, I would also like to hear your opinions about the upcoming updates of Warframe. What are you most excited of? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in my next Warframe build guide. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future.